Right, we're live. Okay. Right, I'm going to put the camera on. Are you okay? Do you feel comfortable? Because I'm talking with you and I say it's like it's a bit different when I put this camera on this side. So I don't know. Hello. I don't know whether you can. I don't know whether you can see us all right. I know it's still a bit dull. Hello, Princess Angela. I'm just going to do a quick hello, Steve-O, RJ, Princess Angela. Hello, beautiful. I hope you're okay. Thank you for popping in as well. It means a lot. Yeah, I don't know if we're too dull. I don't know whether you can see us all right. This is my friend Rachel. I'm doing my live tonight. And obviously a video to get awareness out there on a sensitive, about childhood cancer. My friend Rachel, I've known Rachel for a long time.
Okay.
18 years.
Between 18 and 20 years.
Between 18 and 20 years, we've known one another here as my channel's here for her. Rachel's been there for me, and I've been there for Rachel. Rachel's story and her journey is we've had tears, laughter, lots of more tears. So I know that we've had a few. I don't want to bring this into tonight's live, but there was a little bit going on previously about someone raising for cancer on here, and I sort of got a little bit involved, and until a photo was shown and the person was actually scamming, and that is a real heartbreaking thing to do, especially for, for cancer. It's not a nice thing to do. And Rachel, she has four children. She has 4 children, 2 girls, 2 boys, and their ages
9, 8, 5 and 4.
Yes, so she has 9, 8, 5 and 4. Their names are
Layla, Luca, Leland, Lexa.
And Lexa, yeah. And Lexa is Rachel's youngest. She's 4 years old. And Lexa is a princess warrior. She is unfortunately terminally ill. She has a brain tumour. And it's just a bit about how Rachel has, from the beginning, really, like she was a healthy little girl. She was born healthy.
Yeah. She was doing all the milestones, and she walked quicker than all the rest of them.
Yeah, so, she was so forward, and I think it was last year.
2019 she was diagnosed.
So in 2019, Layla was having her hair brushed by Rachel. Lexa. I always get the names mixed up because there's too many L's. But yeah, you was brushing her hair.
She kept complaining in the same spot of it hurting, and it was at the back of her head on the right hand side. And me being me, just thought I was just a bit naughty because she'd laid on it. Then she stopped walking, and then she stopped eating, then she stopped drinking. Took her to the doctors. Doctors accused my partner of abusing her.
So Rachel's been through.
We literally
not really.
No, we're not having that. Then we took her back and I said, look, we need something done. And we took her to Bedford Hospital, and but they wanted an urgent MRI from Addenbrooke's. We got told an MRI would be done on the Tuesday, and this was on the Thursday. So Addenbrooke's said to us, do a CT scan. She had a CT scan at 7:30 in the evening. She had to be sedated, but being my child, she was stubborn and had three lots of medication. You know, just being stubborn.
Bless her.
By 11:30 at night, I got pulled to one side to be told that there was a tumour on the back of my head, back on my daughter's head, and we needed to be rushed to Addenbrooke's. And they weren't sure if we were going to be that night or the following morning.
So really, from like going from a healthy little girl to having her hair combed and to not being able to walk, talk, or even eat, and then have Rachel having to take her little girl to the doctors for the doctors to accuse her partner of like abusing her, you know, is not, you know that your daughter's not very well, and to have, you know, a doctor do that is like heartbreaking enough. And then, you know, to obviously be admitted into Addenbrooke's, wasn't it, hospital?
Yeah, we went to Bedford, had the scan there, and then we got blued and two'd over to Addenbrooke's on the Saturday morning because we got told on the Friday night.
And then so I know that from what because I obviously know a lot, don't I? So it's, I know that when you had the scan and the results came back, that they said that the tumour was so big that it had wrapped itself all around Lexi's nerves in her brain, which that caused her to stop walking and stuff, didn't it?
Yeah, it affected all her balance, her speech, her talking. That's why she wasn't able to eat, because her brain didn't know how to tell her to swallow.
Yeah.
And that's why the drinks all stopped as well, because again, her brain just tells her, well, put it in, but what do we do with it?
Yeah.
Because it was just so badly wrapped around so many nerves.
So then from there, obviously, bless little Lexi, she then went on to have a major operation on her little brain, and
got told her of 8 hours. 8 hours come and went, 10 hours come and went, 15 hours later, I got a phone call in the accommodation saying they've moved her from theatre to paediatric intensive care unit.
Yeah. So that would have been, you know...
there was no recovery, no nothing. She literally went from theatre to, as we call it, PICU.
Yeah.
But also I found since then that she actually died on the table.
So and to like, for your, you know, for your, to find out that your little girl has got, you know, a tumour, like a brain tumour, and, you know, now she's having to go into for like major surgery to have the tumour removed, and then to hear that, you know, she died on the table. She is a princess warrior, honestly. If you could see this little girl, Rachel, we were just sitting here talking, weren't we, about, I should have bought the photos, but she has got some on her photo, which on her phone, which she is going to share a couple tonight. Obviously, there's one with Layla Healthy, and then there's another, Lexa. I keep getting the name wrong. How can I get her name wrong? And then there's another one with Lexi with after chemo, and she's obviously got no hair and with some tubes and stuff. But yeah, you know, like Rachel went through all of that. She's been in hospital with Lexa for 8.5 months. So Lexa has spent a majority of her, you know, her childhood there, and it's all she really got to know, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like,
it was nurses, doctors, and mummy.
And Christmas, she spent Christmas
there. Christmas
there.
Year there. Christmas, somebody gifted us a hotel. So I was able to spend Christmas night with the kids in a hotel.
Bless you. That was really kind, and that just goes to show that, you know, when others are genuinely going through like trauma, like cancer, you know, there is some real good people out there that I know that we've all probably known someone that has had cancer or has had cancer, or known someone that has passed from it. And, you know, it is a touching, sad story to bring up, but, you know, it does happen and it is real life. And that's what my channel is always been about, you know, like stuff like that. So, you know, I know some might think it's a bit morbid tonight, but it is about awareness, because Rachel has had a lot of support from other agencies out there, and that's what we're going to sort of get out there as well. Yeah. So if anybody like knows, like, not that we'd want anybody out there to be going through this, but you know, there's
a minefield of stuff out there.
Yeah, a lot.
When you first get told that your child's got cancer, they literally go, "Oh, you need this, and you need this, and you need this, and you need this," and you're piled like this much of just paper you've got. Your brain is going, well, you know. And you've just got to try and process everything as quick as you can, because you need to concentrate on your child.
Yeah.
I mean, there was points when Lexa was being sick, and I've got a sick bowl in one hand, and I'm trying to eat with the other because I'm at the point of collapsing.
Lexa can't actually eat now to this day, like verbally herself. She still has to. She has
a gastrostomy, which is a JPEG, which got 2 tubes comes off it. It goes surgically implanted into her stomach.
Yeah.
And then she's got 1 tube that goes into her stomach. We give water through to keep her hydrated. And she's on a feed for 16 hours a day, which is milk, which is medicated.
Yeah.
And that goes into her small intestine.
So she has to have like a special medication, like a medicated food supplement, which is put in through a tube. Rachel is her full-time carer, honestly, 24/7. When we say 24/7, I mean 24/7. She has to sleep downstairs with Lexa because of how Lexa is. She's now having fits more frequently now, and yeah, she is very terminal. So you have to be on.
Yeah, she's got sleep apnea, which means she actually stops breathing.
Yeah, so she can stop breathing.
I have to leave her 15 seconds, I have to time 15 seconds before I have to physically try and wake her.
Yeah, which is scary for you.
Anything longer than that, then we've got to start calling ambulances.
Yeah. And like Rachel, when Rachel went through this a year and a bit ago, when she was told that her daughter was terminally ill, she reached out on some pages that were out there on the internet, social media. You know, it's really good, because sometimes when you're in this situation, I don't know about anyone else, but you can actually feel like you are alone.
You do. Honest to God. Yeah. Even though there's all this out there, you still feel you're alone.
Even though you've had me as a friend, I was on the phone, like
literally
webcam, but you do feel that you are alone, and Rachel did feel that way, and she reached out to certain groups that who other parents were going through it, and there is other groups and agencies out there. Do you?
There's it was called Click Sergeant, but they've recently changed their name to Young Lives versus Cancer. They're the ones that have supported me the most. They still support me now.
So what do they do when they support you?
They are social workers, but they help you get grants from Macmillan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're there for you to talk to.
So, like, do they help, like, with equipment? Can you get equipment as well? Like, I know you've got the seat that goes up the stairs.
No, that comes from, like, occupational therapy and places like that. Okay. But Click Sergeants are social workers. They come in, they support you through the minefield of all the forms and everything.
Right, so obviously, like, Rachel's sort of saying, I don't know, can you hear Rachel clear enough? I don't know if my volume's low. I know that when it comes out as a video, you know, it'll be all right to like just switch the volume up. But I mean, I'm just going to double check. Click Sergeant, bless you, Miss Angela. Miss Angela knows about Click Sergeant. Bless you, Angela. Rachel's just saying that they're amazing. They've helped her through form writing, because it's overwhelming, isn't it? You've got so much. Like, you know, as we come into this world and we go on and have kids, you know, we were saying, weren't we, because me and Rachel speak very openly and deep, you know, no way should your children go before us. And, you know, Rachel, it's hard for Rachel because she's had to prepare herself for this to happen. I can't. I can't do it. Come on.
No. I've had to make the decision to put DNR in place, which is a do not resuscitate for her.
She's a beautiful princess warrior, and you know, as hard as what this is for Rachel tonight, and I know it is hard for her, but she wanted to like speak out and reach out because she has been going through this, and there is people out there that are going through it and will probably go through it as well. And not that you ever want them to go through it, but she just wants to let everybody know that there is other agencies out there like social workers, that she said Click Sergeant, which Princess Angela knows, is aware of.
On social media, I've got because my daughter's got cancer. She's got it's called endopendymoma.
And I can never say this.
Endopendymoma.
Endopendymoma. I can never say it. I just say Mona. But you know, I'm not.
No,
I am,
I know.
but I'm not. No, but you know, it's one of them long names, like they normally are. But you've also met friends on Facebook. I know Facebook, a lot of people will criticise it, but Rachel has actually met a lot of good friends from there who are on a group that have got children with brain cancer, and two have recently passed in the last month. So she has met some really close friends on there that they can connect.
Even now we're still in touch, even though their children have passed, we're still in touch.
Yeah. So you've got really good friends, haven't you? What else was I going to say, Rachel? So with social services, like obviously, is there like different teams that help with like
you can
medical
get
stuff?
like the disabled team involved. It's free choice if you get them involved or not, and they can help you with stuff.
Yeah.
But like Lex at the moment, we've got video involved, we've got speech and language therapy, we've got hearing, we've got eyes because it affects everything on her. She is now deaf.
So Lex is now deaf. It's affected her speech completely. Her eyes. She's her facial.
She's got facial palsy.
Yeah. So her face is
looks like she's had a stroke.
It basically looks like she's had a stroke. So it really does affect her. But you know, when I went to pick Rachel up before, and I went in and saw Lexi, she just looks
cheeky.
She's cheeky, and she just looked at me, and I said to her, you know, I love you, and her, you know, even though she struggles to smile, you know that she's smiling back at you, and that is, you know, the biggest gift I ever got, you know, I've ever got. So, you know, and she's our princess warrior, isn't she? 100%.
She is absolutely a princess warrior.
But yeah, I would. Is there anything else that awareness? Does anybody want to ask any questions to Rachel?
I'm willing to answer any questions. Because obviously there's so much. I mean, obviously I've had to tell my children that the cancer's there, which was hard to read all these conditions.
Yeah.
And obviously with autism and ADHD, everything's black and white. When I told him that she's got cancer, that was it. She's died. She's gonna die.
Yeah.
But he's not aware that she is now actually gonna die because he can't process it.
Yeah. So Rachel's got her older boy is autistic, and he doesn't understand. So when Rachel sat down with her children and explained, you know, to them what was happening, and Lexa was very ill, he like Rachel just said, it was very like he just couldn't
It's black and
get
white.
it, so he just could not accept it,
No.
wasn't it? He can't.
He just told us as soon as I said the word cancer, he said she's going to die.
Yeah, which is hard for any autistic child out there. If you know, we all know, you know, I think, oh, is that Jake Away, bless him? Yes, Jake Away, bless him. Is that you, Jake Away? Bless you, sweetie. Yeah, Jake Away, he's got his little channel on here as well. He's 17, bless him, but he does really well. So he he's a good lad. But yeah, does anybody want to ask any questions? I know it's quite not a
Literally, I will answer everything. I've had to do it with my 9-year-old who knows everything. Layla, who's fully aware of everything that's going on.
So, and it's just to show that, like,
it's to get childhood cancer awareness out there.
Childhood cancer, yeah.
It's basically, there's not much out there for children with cancer, especially like children with brain cancers.
Yeah.
We knew from the word go when Lex got diagnosed, it was only a 10% survival rate. But she beat all the odds. She'd done the radiotherapy, she'd done the chemotherapy, and she went to remission. And to be have a scan less than 3 months later, we told her it's moved to a brain cell.
So you went through, how many chemos did you go through?
16 rounds of chemo.
So little Lexi's been through 16 rounds of chemotherapy, and you know, chemotherapy just takes it out of you, you know, as it is. You know, it makes you poorly, it takes your hair, you know, it kills everything that's inside. And
she lost hair, eyebrows, and eyelashes.
Yeah, she lost her hair, her eyebrows, and her eyelashes. Rachel wants to share a picture of Lexi because I feel like we're talking about her, and like, you know, it's nice to get a little. But we know what I'm like with my photos, because like, I don't know.
That was her when she was having chemo.
I don't know whether you'll be able to see it, because I'm going to try and turn the light off and see if I can get a better. No, I don't know if it's. No, because I struggle with this with my it's my laptop.
Screen. It's my thing to the screen, mate.
It's too powerful for my like to share, if that makes sense. Like I'm sorry guys, because it's sitting in the dark. Right, let me see if I can.
Okay, so I can turn the brightness down on it.
Right, hang on. Let's see if I can come in at an angle. I don't really want to.
I should have thought and brought
No,
photos.
it doesn't matter, darling. We wasn't to know, and like.
Let me try turning the brightness down on my phone, darling.
Okay.
That might help.
If I can I try and turn the brightness down on there?
There you go. It might help a bit.
Because I think what it is,
as much.
I think it was. RJ said that might be too powerful for the phone. Oh, what about if I go out a bit? I don't know whether you can see a clear photo.
I can enlarge your face.
Obviously, I don't want to screen share anything on Rachel's Facebook, but yeah, this, I don't know if I'm doing it right. This is not good at all. But yeah, I don't know whether you can see. It's quite a small photo of Lexi. But yeah, this is Lexi after her chemo. You know, she's got no hair, lover, and she's got the tubes, and you know, she is such a warrior, and you know, she is a fighter, 100% fighter, survivor, 100%. She is like proving everyone wrong, the doctor's wrong. You know, she wasn't given this long, and she is still going, you know, battling. And yeah, she's a beautiful little girl, and I really do appreciate and respect you all for coming in this evening. But yeah, I mean,
That's her now.
as Lexi's story, like, you know, I will sort of share more with you, and I don't know whether you can. I don't think it's very good. I need to sort this out.
I should have thought and bought some of her photos.
Oh, actually, can you see her a little bit clearer there? She's got her hat on, lover.
Yeah, we was at the zoo that day because she got to feed elephants as a zookeeper for the day experience.
And that was Lexi. She got given a because there is help out there that I know it doesn't help by taking the illness away, does it? Like
no, but it makes some memories that we're going to have forever.
Yeah, it helps with memories. Like Rachel's been given like zoo days out, just so the family can spend quality time together and have them cherished memories that you can always cherish, isn't it?
I get moaned at by a lot of parents because I've always got my phone in my hand. But when I explain why I've got my phone in my hand, they don't know where to look or what to say to me.
Don't worry about what other people, what
and my attitude is, it is what it is. I've learned to deal with it, and it is what it is. I can't change it. I'd love to change it. I'd love to take it away from her, but I can't change it. This is what I've been given, and I'm running with it the best I can.
Rachel is, I've got to say, she is one of the strongest women I have ever known in my life. The way that she goes through day by day, and how she is like getting herself through it day by day. Bless her, we was laughing tonight when I picked her up, you know, I was making her laugh, and you know, it's nice to see her laugh because she's tired a lot of the time, and the holidays and that do help, and they do give you memories and help like chill you as a family a little bit. But you know, she's really going through it, and they all are as a family. And if anybody has any advice or any other agencies that you know that like we don't, or you know anything else that's out there, that advice that that can help Rachel,
or if they want advice off me, if they're going through it and they've just been diagnosed, then I will quite happily try and help them as much as I can.
Yeah, Rachel just said if anybody wants any advice, or you know, if they know of anyone, which we hope, you know,
I pray to God that nobody ever does. That it's not, you're not alone at the end of the day.
It would be nice, you know, to hear from you. But yeah, if you do know of any other like agencies or support, any other groups that are out there, you know, the more the better sometimes, because when you're sitting home and you're sitting in a dark night and it's like you do feel alone, don't you? It's nice for Rachel to pick up her phone and just reach out to somebody that's like, you know, I'll always be there, but you know, sometimes it's easier to talk to someone that understands a bit more, I suppose, that has gone through it.
Someone that's going through cancer or gone through it, it makes life a lot easier because they know all the emotions you're going through.
Yeah.
Because like to me tonight coming in is my release, because as you said, I'm with Lex at 24/7. I don't get a break.
Yeah, Rachel's just saying that, you know, being here tonight with me is like, is her release. It's like rest. It's like a bit of respite, I suppose. So they say. But yeah, like,
but even when I've been here, I've got, obviously you've seen, I've got cameras at home that keep an eye on them when I'm not there.
Yeah.
And I've been checking them.
She's got a CCTV in every room, bless her, at home.
And where Alexa goes.
I didn't go to the toilet when I was round there because I thought she might have been watching.
No, I'm not.
I'm joking. But I was like, no, but bless her.
Everywhere Alexa goes, like, as you've seen as well, I'm like, is she okay? And
you just,
even though I know she's with Dad and Dad's trained also to look after her, it's still the fact that
You
I've been
worry.
through everything.
Yeah.
I mean, the girl's been in double digits in 8.5 months for surgeries.
Yeah. So that's a long time, 8.5 months to be in hospital, and then to come home, back to our own home, like family, like surroundings.
She didn't want it.
She didn't want to come home. She was enjoying it too much in hospital.
Both me and her had become what they call whatever it's called, institutionalised or something like that, where the hospital to us was like.
Yeah, you got so used to being there.
Yeah, the nurses coming in and everything like that. I'd even have nurses coming in and go, "Can you eat and stay?" Because I knew I wouldn't eat.
I've got to admire and big up the nurses as well in the ward for the brain tumour ward, because what they've done for Lexa on Christmas, they actually done a big, massive, like her own little Christmas party, wasn't it?
Yeah, my family will come in and we had the whole ward to ourselves. Like, we was in like a bay with 4 beds, and lucky enough the other children managed to go home. But Lexa was too ill. We couldn't even get home for an hour.
Yeah.
She was too ill. And they literally decorated our bed with tinsel. We had stuff hanging off the curtains, and we got told we weren't allowed, so the nurses told us to touch it, basically.
Yeah. You've got to admire them.
And they let us just shut the door and have the whole room to ourselves. They supplied Christmas dinner for me, my partner, and my other 3 children.
Yeah.
Which they weren't supposed to do, but they were like, "It's Christmas, I don't care."
And I think a lot of nurses like that don't get a lot of, like,
the nurses are amazing. I mean, we ended up being on 2 different wards. One was the general surgery ward when we went in before she knew we actually had cancer, because they actually pulled me away on my 40th birthday to tell us, "Happy birthday, your daughter's got cancer."
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I know it's heartbreaking, isn't it? It's heart-wrenching, and
but I was prepared for that. It sounds very stupid. When they told me, I was like, "Okay, it's time to look for you. What do we do now? What's the next step?" And they were like, "Are you okay?" They didn't know how to take me because I didn't break down. I didn't.
Yeah.
I'd already prepared myself mentally. Worst it could be is cancer.
When Rachel was like told, like from the hospital, Lexa's got cancer, I think Rachel was a bit like, when she came away, I don't think they gave you much sort of, like, I think the other doctors, didn't they? They didn't give you much information. I think and sometimes I know when you're in that situation, you don't digest things as easier. But I mean, Rachel had to come away and do her own sort of like homework a little bit and like reach out a little bit more. And I think so
like I said, we was on 2 different wards, and then we went on to an active cancer ward, which was the hardest part.
Yeah, because then that's when it's opening. You're seeing
the kids with no hair, but to see those kids running around the ward, even Lexa, because she was in a physio chair, because obviously she can't walk now. I was pushing her with a physio chair with a drip stand, racing up and down the corridor, and we was having races, and these kids are so full of life still.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, "Oh, it's a kid with cancer, stay away." Approach a kid with cancer, approach their parent, ask them.
Yeah.
I
know you've had some, which I think, when you see a child in the street and they ask their mum, why is that little girl got no hair? I think it's right, for them to ask, because they would like to know, and then you've sat down with a lot of kids, haven't you, and explained, and
really simple terms, as I did to my kids. She had a nasty bug in the back of the head, and what I've done is give her lots of nasty medicine to get rid of the rest of the bug, and it made her hair fall out.
Yeah.
So she's at nursery now, and the kids are going, "Why can't she walk?" So I think kids being kids are like, "You should be running, you should be walking."
See, Rachel stays with her at nursery as well, because she tries to give her still a normal life, and like she doesn't keep her home like 24/7, even though she's her carer 24/7. She still likes to give Lexi a normal life as much as she can, but she is very poorly and terminally ill, and I'm so
told we weren't promised the next day. We never promised tomorrow, because we don't know she could go in her sleep.
And I think that's the hardest thing that me and you spoke about, isn't it?
Because it will be a case of me waking up next to her and she could be passed.
Yeah, and that's it's hard, isn't it, for any parent? Like I said before, we should always go before our children, not the other way around. And yeah, this is happening, and this is real. And I know that it can be a bit deep for others, but this does happen, and this is what we just wanted to put out
There's
tonight.
just
a bit
not
of
enough awareness of childhood cancers.
Yeah, so like the first sort of stages, you know, I'm not saying that where Lexa was saying that her head was hurting when Rachel was brushing her hair, I'm not saying, you know, rush to the hospital, but
Trust
that's an
your parent
awareness, like,
instinct.
yeah,
And
if it
fight.
keeps happening, you know, is there something like not quite right, you know, but yeah,
It's hard. It was, she had no iron in her system, that's why she wasn't doing it. So they tried giving her an iron infusion, and I said, no, it's something else. And then she ate a little bit and drank a little bit, so we got sent home. And then she just went downhill, and that was it.
And that's so right what Rachel's just said as well. Trust your own instincts. If you think something is not right, just keep persisting, because like I'm not saying, I'm not putting doctors down, but sometimes where there's not enough time slots, they can sort of just say it's an iron problem, or it could be this, and send you on your way. But where Rachel kept persisting, you know, obviously time had gone by this time. So, you know, I think part what me and Rachel have spoken about, if it would have been spotted earlier, you know, would they have been able to?
The tumour wouldn't have been as
Would
big.
the tumour not have been as big?
Because she's now got a void in the back of her head.
Yeah. So where she was sent like away, like previously, yeah, just go with your instincts if you ever feel that something's not quite right, which is really like true. And Rachel did, she kept persisting, but then obviously when Lexa just stopped eating and she just couldn't walk, you know, she had to be rushed to hospital via like blues, and that's when she got an emergency scan. And yeah, so, but Lexa is a beautiful little girl. Yeah, please show the love for Lexa tonight. You know, please put love heart. You know, I love my love hearts. I admire Rachel for sitting here as well. Thank you, Rachel.
No, it's got to. If I can only help one person,
yeah,
I've done something good.
And that's what I said on my first video. If I could help one person, or someone's reached out to me, it would make me feel so good in myself. Like Rachel, as hard as what she's going through and sad, and you know, as hurtful as her days are day by day, if she can help somebody, you know, like we have good hearts, kind hearts, and that's why I think when this was all going on YouTube, I even spoke to Rachel about it when it was happening, about the cancer charity, and I said to Rachel about it, and then I rang her up and I said, oh Rachel, you're not going to believe it, it was a scam. And you know, that broke my heart. I've done a video about that because that touched me in a real big way, and I just couldn't believe somebody, I know there's people out there that do it, I wish they could find a cure. But yeah, look at the love hearts, Rachel, and in the
they
chat.
They are trying to get a cure for it. Lexa was actually enrolled in a trial.
Right.
To see if...
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Hang on a moment. What's going on here?
She was involved in a trial, and it's a second trial of it, for whether radiotherapy works okay on its own, leaving it alone, or watching to see if chemo and radiotherapy work.
No, but did they not say, hang on, did they not say that if she has any more radiotherapy that it would make her have...
No, that's chemo.
The chemo.
She's had to stop all chemo now. She was on maintenance chemo at home to try and prolong her life, but we've had to stop that now because if we carry it on, we can give her leukemia.
yeah, so sorry, I get a bit confused. You know what
It's
I'm
a
like.
lot of information.
Thank you to everyone that has come into the chat as well and supported Rachel this evening, because you know, that means so much to Rachel, because and to give them love hearts, you know, love will always outdo hate, and that is 100% true. And yeah, like Rachel was just saying, Lexa, they had to stop her chemo.
Yeah, she's on maintenance chemo.
Maintenance.
Keep it contained.
Yeah, to keep it contained, because it would have gone on to cause leukemia, and her poor little body just would not like cope with it. Yeah, so basically Rachel is prolonging Lexi's life now at the moment, and yeah, I hope she proves them doctors wrong, and she's
that's what Uncle Simon said yesterday. She's the best she's ever been since
20 years time. Like,
that's what we're planning here. Consultant Simon said, we're not going to talk weeks, we're not going to talk months, we are talking years.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's what we need to talk is years. I'm not willing to let her go.
Yeah.
But he's already said that if it comes to it, he's taking all decisions out of our hands as parents, because we're going to think of our hearts, not our heads. Yeah, and I suppose that's what. That's why we've already got. Yeah, that's why I sound very horrible now. But I shut off when I have to put what's called an ACP plan in place, which is an action care plan for her. We've had to talk about funeral directors, our religion, what we want for a funeral. Has anybody else heard of an ACP plan? Because Rachel's actually had to put one in for Lexi, and I'm sorry for cutting in. No, that's fine. Because it's like, it's called an advanced care plan, and basically you get that when they are like Lexa on palliative. What's like end of life care? Okay, so like. Yeah, okay. So we've had to say like what kind of funeral directors we want to look at. Not that I want to the fact that under 16, some funeral directors actually do free children's ones. We've well, it's come down to me because Dad's not dealing with this side of things, it's me. We've had to decide to put a do not resuscitate in place if it's cancer related, if it's to do with a shunt for the hydrocephalus. Then we fight. If it's to do with anything else, we fight. But if it's proven cancer, then we let it go. So, as much as I admire Princess Warrior, Lexi, I admire Rachel as well. Honestly, hand on my heart, you are one of the strongest women I have ever known in my life, and I've known you a long time, a very long time, but I admire you, and you are a strong woman. To know that this is going to happen, and you don't, like Rachel's just said, I'm not speaking for Rachel, but Rachel's just said, you know, she's not accepting it, but she has to deal with it, and it is something that she has had to deal with, and that's what she was just explaining about the CPR action. So yeah, I think Rachel is one of the strongest women I've ever known. But yeah, does anybody want to ask Rachel any questions before we leave the live? I don't know. I just want to thank everybody that has come into the live tonight. I said to you, I don't think there's going to be much of the England game because England were playing like tonight, weren't they? Just I don't know what score is at the moment. No, Rachel's a bit gutted because she likes football. I like my football, but this is more important, making the awareness for people out there. Bless her. I just kidnapped Rachel and like held her hostage here for the night. Against Lex's will. Mummy, are you coming home? But yeah, but that's what I admire about Rachel, because she still smiles, she still has good banter. You know what she's going through, she just puts a lot of people to shame. You know, when I
when I have a headache, I don't moan about it, or if I've got back, you know, I don't moan about it, because I just look at think of Lexa and just think, you know, yeah. So, oh, okay. Goddess, big love to you, darling. Goddess has asked, what kind of cancer does your little one have?
It's called endopendymoma. It is a brain tumour.
I can never say it.
Endopendymoma.
Yeah.
Can
everybody hear Rachel clear enough? Because I feel a bit bad because I'm repeating, but such a lovely lady. Hello, Batman. Big love to you. I haven't seen you for a long time, Batman. I hope you're okay. Such a strong lady. Keep strong. Lovely lady. Keep strong. Oh, bless Princess Angela. She wished she could make one wish happen for you, and that means so much, Princess Angela, honestly.
I mean, at the moment, Lexa's still got loads of lines in her. She's got what they call a double lumen Hickman, which is a pipe that goes here. It's surgically implanted through the neck, and then they put it right next to the heart, into the heart chamber.
What does that do?
So when she has to have blood or antibiotics, it goes straight into her bloodstream.
Yeah, quicker.
Because all her veins are non-existent now. Because last time we had to have nuclear medicine put through her for a kidney test, because her kidney test was really bad last time. We had to use a baby cannula in her foot. It was the only place to get
the chemo?
Chemo, and the fact she's had so many cannulas put in her little body.
So, Rachel's saying because of the chemo and so many cannulas that she's had put in her little body, she hasn't got any.
The veins are not there.
The veins are not there anymore. So she has to have a special
double lumen Hickman.
Yeah, a special double lumen Hickman placed here, which helps pump like antibiotics and any other medicines straight into her system.
If they need bloods off it, they take the bloods off it.
Yeah. She tried all nature, natural stuff. I do some research and pass it on to you, Shelley. Thank you, Goddess. Goddess said that she's going to do some research and pass it on. That is lovely. And if anybody knows of any other groups or any other awareness, you know, that can just help a little bit, yeah, we'd really appreciate it and respect it. And you know, thank you so much for coming in and chatting with Rachel this evening. Means a lot to her, honestly. She is a strong woman, 100%, and here for her, and that's what it's been about. And yeah, thank you, RJ, bro. RJ sent me a link. So that would be handy for Rachel to have. I'll send that straight on to Rachel. So yeah, so thank you. I just want, thank you for,
it's just making awareness. And
yeah, it's making, like, what Rachel wanted to do was make awareness. If she could just help somebody else in any way, even if it just means of a group that they could be involved in, just for somebody to listen, you know, that is a big part of, like, listening to somebody really helps as well.
It really
chews my ear off, and you know, I'm so glad I got another one. I'm only joking. Bless her. But yeah,
so that's what you need at times.
I'm going to leave it probably there, because it's been about 45 minutes.
We'll keep them updated anyway, so by you.
Rachel said that she'd like to keep updates, you know. Yeah, I'll give little updates every now and then and let you all know how Lex is doing.
One is going to be about mid-August, because that's when our next MRI is. So we'll find out how she's going.
So in mid-August, Lexi's going to have. She just had a MRI on.
August will be 3 months. So it'll be June time.
She had it yesterday.
No, she went to consultant yesterday.
She still had consultant yesterday. but her next MRI will be in August, so I'll update everybody in August. Hi Marisi, beautiful, and Marisi's big hugs, Rachel. Thank you so much, and it means a lot. Steve-O, Mac, thank you. Bless your heart. Steve-O, Mac would love to help in any way. Please, everybody in the chat, I can't thank you enough. You all have a heart of gold, and you know, we've all touched on this like the cancer thing before, and yeah, it touched us all, I think, and we've all been touched with it some way or another, you know. And but yeah, I admire Rachel. She's a strong woman. I'm gonna end this live now, and I can't thank you all enough. You all mean the world for your support, and yeah, big love to you all. Peace out. Thank you, Rachel, as well, for coming on and speaking and opening up and sharing. Big love to everyone. Peace out.